Hey there, I'm Piyush from Massive Impact, and I just wanted to take a moment to address some of the feedback we've received for the State of the Escape Room Industry Survey 2024. A huge thank you to everyone who participated so far and to those who shared their honest feedback with us. We truly appreciate your time and your thoughts. They help us make this survey better every year. Today, I want to go through the top 10 pieces of feedback and objections we received and provide the responses to each one. Number 1. Lack of verification of respondents. When this data is complete, it can absolutely not be relied upon by anyone for any reason. You send this survey out with no verification of whether or not someone is actively an owner in the industry. I can post this link on my social media profiles and ask my friends to complete it, and they could because again, there is no verification. The data produced by the survey will not be usable. Now here's my response. I totally understand where you're coming from. We do take data validation serious, and in our past surveys like the ones we did in 2019 and 2022, we implemented strict measures to weed out spam and non-owner responses. We even refer to these measures in our reports. We look at response times, patterns, and other indicators to flag unreliable data. I'll be honest, reaching a broader audience as a small organization means we rely on community sharing, but we are always vigilant about maintaining data quality. Number 2. Perceived bias in platform selection. Throughout the survey, when asking questions about platforms used, it is clear that you prioritize ones that support your survey efforts. For example, we use EscapeKit for waivers, which is an extremely well-adopted platform for waivers and photos. It is not selectable in your list. Instead, it has to be typed. I find it odd that in the below email, you thank Buzzshot for their help in communicating the survey, that Buzzshot was a selectable option in the list. There is clear prioritization here. Now here's my response. Let me assure you, there is no intentional bias. We strive to be as inclusive as possible. The omission of EscapeKit, for example, wasn't on purpose. We even encouraged folks to manually enter the platforms we have missed. We pre-tested the survey with a private group of owners, but we realized we might not have caught everything. About mentioning Buzzshot, we mentioned many other people and organizations that helped us spread the word. It's a gesture of gratitude, nothing more, nothing less. Additionally, to avoid any biases, the answers in the survey actually auto-rotate so everyone can see different option sequences, if that really helps. Number 3. Potential misuse of survey data for marketing. I received an email from SEO and the escape room industry. I actually went through the questions and saw the questions were very much geared towards selling marketing services. So if you filled it out, expect this India company to likely hound you for business and not actually survey to base the industry off of. So here's my response. Let me be very clear. There was zero promotion of our services in the survey or any related emails. We included a buy a coffee feature as a way for people to support us if they appreciate the effort we put into these surveys. It's completely voluntary and not a business solicitation. Our primary goal with this survey is to contribute valuable information to the industry, just like we've done before in 2019 and 2022. Number 4. Nationality related distrust. I received an email from SEO and the escape room industry. I've read this before. If you filled out, expect this India company to likely hound you for business and not an actual survey to base the industry off of. Again, here's my response. I want to address this directly. We are a small but dedicated team that takes our work very seriously, no matter where we are based. We adhere to high standards of professionalism and data protection, and our goal is to provide valuable insights for the escape room industry. I understand that trust can be a concern, especially when dealing with companies that might be outside your immediate network or geography. However, I believe that our nationality should not limit our thinking or purpose. Let's focus on the value we can bring to the table, irrespective of where we are from. Number 5. This actually came from a person who filled out the survey. So lack of not applicable options. Some of the questions don't have an option when not applicable. For example, it says, who have you purchased rooms from and who would you recommend? Or what waiver do you use? There is no option that says, I don't use waiver or I don't purchase from others or not applicable. Now here's my response. Most of these questions have others, please specify option where the audience can type their response, so it's still achievable. However, your feedback is well taken and we will incorporate more direct not applicable options in future surveys to improve the experience. Thank you so much. Number 6. Clarity on mandatory versus optional questions. Most of the questions have red dot and look mandatory, so it's not obvious there are ones that aren't. If you want, you can say for this, if applicable, if not skip. If people skip, you don't know if it's because it wasn't applicable or because they didn't want to answer. Now here's my response. I completely understand the confusion, especially on mobile devices. We will work on making it clearer with questions that are mandatory and which are optional. Your suggestion to include if applicable, if not skip is really helpful, and we look forward to integrating this into our future surveys to improve the user experience. Number 7. Lack of negative response options in marketing questions. One of the other ones I noticed is the one that says, have you hired professional marketing? And all of the options are positive. None of the options say, I hired and the result was bad. It's a little disingenuous to have 4 levels of positive experiences and none negative. I understand you're a marketing vendor, but this makes your survey less serious. Here's my response. I actually took a look at the survey and it's not 4 levels of positive and 1 negative. The 4th one literally means that the experience was bad when they say they used it and they didn't get any results. Or would you think it would have been better if we actually wrote no improved performance and terrible performance? You can definitely comment below in this video and let us know, because that will really help me make the future surveys better. Technically, what I felt was whether somebody got like bad performance or they didn't get any performance, both the performances are kind of bad, right? So both of them would mean the same, wouldn't they? Number 8, navigation issues. No way to go back. There is no way to go back to the previous without exiting the survey. Not sure if that's just because I did it on my cell phone, but there's only a next button, and if I click back, it exited and started again. Here's my response. Our choice of the survey platform was charging us for this feature, and the small costs like these add up, and even though it's potentially useful feature, every platform has something missing. All these survey platforms, they have something missing. For example, they might charge for question branching or for number of questions that we have, but we'll definitely keep this issue in mind for future improvements and select a better platform for our next surveys. Number 9, lack of progress indicators. Also, if you're going to do 1 page per question, provide some indication of progress, either a progress bar or a question 4 of 30 or something like that. Here's my response. A progress indicator is a great way and a great suggestion, and something we will definitely incorporate with better platform of choice in the future. Again, it's the same problem that we have with the platform of choice. Knowing how far along you are in your survey can really make a difference and make it a lot more smoother and less frustrating for people. And I really think that it's a very crucial feature that we should not have missed. So sorry about that, but we'll definitely make sure that we keep your feedback in mind and we implement it in the coming iterations of the survey. Last but not the least, number 10. Concerned about receiving SEO marketing offers. Happy to participate, but I sure hope my inbox isn't suddenly filled with SEO marketing offers. Now here's my response. To anybody who feels that they might be hounded with marketing emails from us or whatever it be, I want to assure you that we have no intention of using this survey to market services to escape room owners, and we won't be sending out any unsolicited marketing emails either. Our focus is purely on gathering valuable data to help the escape room industry, and that's it. So thank you so much for taking the time to listen to these responses. We're always looking to improve, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us. The survey is still running, so if you haven't participated yet and want to share your insights, please do. Your voice matters, and together we can make this survey a true reflection of our industry. Thanks again, and feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any more questions or concerns. Take care.